It's your funky Uncle Drew. You know what it is from the Funky Uncle Show. Today, what's on my mind is our reluctance to unlearn. And I say that because I know that a lot of people that I've seen, I'm beginning to watch a lot of lives now. And as I'm watching the lives, I see, once again, I see a lot of people who have their opinions on things, which is always great. That means at some point, the wheels are turning and you're thinking about things. But one of the things that's continually overlooked is the depth of a subject. Now, a lot of times we will look at things from the outside, and the only depth that we can perceive are the views that we have personally. And the things that we've been taught, like everything that we learned, everything that we know, more than likely has been learned. It's been learned behavior. And as we progress through life, we have to keep in mind that we don't always learn the right thing. People can approach us and give us things that, make our mind sway past what we believe. But in essence, the truth of what we're supposed to know will always come out. And it's really up to the individual to say, you know what? I've been going about this all wrong. And of course, we can all point to certain things that most of us can relate to in order for us to get the concept together. But even when you're thinking about it, in concept wise, we have to be able to apply that in other areas. Let's say, for instance, that we look at school. If we were taught history in one way, what's going on, Nikki? If we were taught history in one way, but there's a lot of history that were in pages stuck together, we didn't properly learn history because we didn't properly learn the majority, because we'll never know everything, but we didn't properly learn the majority of everything that's going on. So if we're looking at something and once we realize that we weren't properly taught, we have to understand that in our mind, okay, there's a lot of this that we need to erase and replace with something else. Erase the lies, replace it with the truth. Now, as we go and we have the ability now to speak to people with different experiences, we have to keep in mind that those people with the different experiences should expand our thought process. They should expand the logic that's within and, expand the variations of life. You can have 100 people looking at the same thing, but there won't be 100 of the same views on it. And too many of us, what we like to do is if it's not the same view that we have, then it can't be true. We can't let anyone else open up our minds. If we're not opening the minds, then it's irrelevant. And actually, we're limiting ourselves like that. We're limiting our potential with ego and a little bit of self-centeredness. And also a lot of times hypocrisy, because the same thing that we're preaching to others, we won't do ourselves. We want to be leaders, but we know that a leader has to understand how to be led. But we won't be led. We'll know the blueprint for certain things, but we won't follow it. That's a huge problem. So it's just crazy. It's crazy altogether. And it's just one of those things that, cross my mind that we have to get better on. Yeah, I agree, Nikki. Nikki_Tyson, for anybody watching this, follow her, you know what I'm saying? We got to, with my peoples. But anybody that's a leader has to understand how to follow. It's a normal progression of the life of a leader. It should be the natural progression of the life of a leader. You have to understand what's going on at the bottom to properly lead what's going on below you. And more times than not, that leader will not always be understood, because even as they were a follower, they didn't fully understand what was on the leader's mind. So that's another thing, like I was saying about, we have to unlearn a lot of things, especially amongst our own. We think that once somebody reaches a certain position, now they think they're all that. Unlearn that mentality. Because if, let's say you're working at a corporation, and a person starts off in the mailroom, but somebody sees something in that person and moves them up a couple levels. Oh, they don't hang out with us anymore. They think they too good for us. Nah, they have a different job now. Their job description is not in the mailroom anymore. Maybe that job description that they have has a lot more work involved. So you have to, if you can't look past a certain level, the surface level, yeah, that is lightning out there. If you cannot look past the surface level, you're going to lose out. Point blank, period. You're going to lose out on a lot, because you won't allow yourself to grow mentally. And a lot of times, more times than not, if people don't want to admit it, but the inability to grow mentally, it retards the opportunity to grow spiritually. Because once again, you're following blindly without thinking. So, oh shoot, my lunch break's almost over. But that's just all I have to say for now. This will be posted on Instagram. I might even post it on Facebook, and it will be on, I got to change the name of my YouTube. It's now D.R.Presents, but it will be changed to Funky Uncles Presents, because my Funky Uncle's going to come out with all types of stuff. We're going to have sports. We're going to have topics. We're going to have everything. But we also want to hear from people. Hey, my pleasure. I got to put the right hand up. I had the left hand up. Hey, my pleasure, Nikki. What we want to do is we want to reach out to as many people as possible on as many different levels. We want our minds open as just as well as your mind open, and we want to grow. There is no age that you should stop growing. You know, they love to tell us things to lock our minds. You know, an old dog can't learn new tricks. I ain't a dog. I'm a human being. And as I grow, I can learn if I allow myself to learn. You know what? I might learn the piano or something. I don't know. But continually, I'm learning up here, and only God knows what else I will learn and what jewels I'll give out. So just be there to receive them. And if you have any for me, I happily accept them. So this is your Funky Uncle Drew from the Funky Uncle Crew saying peace, and I'll holler at you later.